guests with us now on the show that I'd like to go over to for their expertise. BS Arun and Rasheed Kidwai, they're both senior journalists. They're both with us this afternoon to bring us more context. Sirs, thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. Sirs, I'd actually like to come over to both of you with the same question. BS Arun, sir, I'm actually going to come over to you first to ask you the same question, Mr. Kidwai. I'll ask you later, which is that for the Congress, which do you think is the politically wiser choice? I ask you that particularly keeping in mind that the 2024 elections are right around the corner. Could you bring us more context?
Yes, it's a bit of a ticklish question because both are powerful, both have their, supporters in strength among the MLAs, not to speak of the outside, the supporting cadres of the Congress party. Shivakumar has been a loyal congressman, an organizational man. He is very resourceful, has organized the party during the elections, has helped the party even outside Karnataka, like Maharashtra, Goa, and Gujarat. So his contribution to the party is huge. At the same time, we cannot underestimate Siddaramaiah and his powers. He has toured across the state and galvanized the party. He is very instrumental in the party coming to power because his supporters are there across the state. He is an icon of the OBC communities also. So all these factors will make both the leaders very formidable contenders for the throne. At the same time, two people cannot become chief ministers. So Congress has to choose one. It is here that the acumen of the leaders will be tested, and perhaps because of the cases that Shivakumar is facing,
yes,
that might stand against him. There are 3 to 4 cases that the ED, the IT, the CBI are examining. Cases have been filed. He himself was in jail for 50 days. So then these cases can come and haunt him again anytime. And a chief minister, the case is being hurled against the chief minister, and he, in an eventuality of having to resign from that post, would not be very palatable for the Congress, especially this election year. 4 states later this year, and the Lok Sabha elections next year. So Congress will have to weigh all these things and then take a decision, which is, of course, very difficult.
Okay, so stay with us. Let me go over to Mr. Kidwai, who's also with us right now. Mr. Kidwai, do you agree with BS Arun that the Enforcement Directorate's action against DK Shivakumar is going to end up being his continued Achilles heel?
Yes, thank you, Toya. You see, this is a very crucial political call, and I think my friend BS Arun has summed it up very well. Thing is that this kind of rotational system and all, I think at this point of time is an inspired leak or in the realm of gossip, because the people of Karnataka have not given a mandate for rotation. In any case, rotations are happen when there are 2 political parties are in alliance or something like that. Then it has to be in a transparent manner. The people say about Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, but nothing was transparent, nothing was said. So let the Congress leadership decide and take a call. I think the Congress, whatever I know about Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, would stick to the basic principle that he will go by the majority opinion of the MLAs. Remember, the Congress and all other political parties always have this kind of difficulty or choice that there are more than one claimant. But the democracy is all about numbers. If Mr. Siddaramaiah has more numbers, he should have it. And if DK Shivakumar has it, he should have it. At this point, and remember just one last thing, there is no such thing as, deputy prime, chief ministership is just ornamental in nature. A deputy chief minister is a senior minister, nothing else, nothing more.
Okay. BS Arun, sir, Mr. Kidwai, I'd like to ask both of you to stay with us right now. I want to go back to Harish Upadhyay, who's with us. He's with us and he's been bringing us ground reports of these elections since day one. Harish, I want to come to you now to ask you, when it comes to DK Shivakumar, we've covered the Enforcement Directorate's action against him time and time again. But what we haven't focused on yet is what Siddaramaiah's tenure as Chief Minister looked like. What are the potential chinks in his armour? All right, we'll actually try to re-establish that connection. My colleague Harish Upadhyay does not remain connected with us. I'll look to understand if we still have our two guests with us, BS Arun and Rasheed Kidwai, senior journalists who joined us earlier on the show. We have Akshara who's with us right now. Remember, we have a battery of reporters on the ground. My colleague Akshara is with us. He's in Bangalore right now outside the Shangri-La Hotel, which is where the Congress has situated themselves over the last few days. Let's go over to Akshara and ask him the same question. Akshara, we've focused over the last few days, we've given much focus to DK Shivakumar, the corruption cases against him, the allegations that have ranged anywhere between 30 crores to 300 crores against both him and his associates. But what we haven't talked about is Siddaramaiah, his tenure as chief minister, and what his possible drawbacks could be. Could you bring us more context?
Well, here people of Karnataka here have seen Siddaramaiah giving a good governance here. That's what even the DK's camp claims. Yes, Siddaramaiah has given a good governance, but the only reason coming in from the DK's camp, DK supporters, is that Siddaramaiah has already been the chief minister, and it's right time you make DK Shivakumar the chief minister. There are less of drawbacks when it comes to Siddaramaiah because Siddaramaiah has gotten all the votes. That's what the leaders, even the Congress leaders openly accept that he has gotten all the MLAs, he has gotten all the leaders, he has campaigned extensively, he has a mass following, and he is a senior leader and who has been the chief minister of Karnataka and has given good governance. There is no drawback of such which the Congress leaders are stating here. But once again, you have DK supporters stating that this time around DKS must be made the chief minister, also keeping in mind the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. He is the wartime general. That's what the DKS camp is saying right now.
Okay. Akshara, stay with us. I want to now go over to Ritu, who's with us also from the ground. Ritu, can you tell our audiences now, one of the things we've been saying again and again about Siddaramaiah is that he's someone who has statewide popularity, that DK Shivakumar, being a Voka Liga leader, can't claim the same. Ritu, have the election results at all changed that, especially with the Voka Liga community voting so vociferously for the Congress in the old Mysuru region? Can we now say DK Shivakumar is a pan-Karnataka leader, or we still can't say that?
I think we still really can't say that. You see, for Ahinda, Lingayat is important. For Lingayat, Ahinda is important. And when we consider both the factors, it's Siddaramaiah who comes into the game there. So, of course, he will still be seen as in the mass leader, a person who will be accepted by all of these communities. Again, there you see DK Shivakumar could be a leader for the Voka Liga now that he has emerged from the old Mysuru region by proving himself, by getting most of these MLAs victory and most of them from the Voka Liga community there. However, he did chalk out a lot of strategies for the other community MLAs, the candidates as well, who had gone on to win. But that's the reason you see, while Siddaramaiah is seen as in the administrative leader there, DK Shivakumar is seen as in the organizational leader there. So of course there is a weakness in that way that we can see right now at this point in time to say a DK Shivakumar would not be accepted by most of these communities, while Siddaramaiah would be accepted by most of them. So needs to be seen now with all that game and cast line, how is that the High Command will decide, because all these factors will really play a major role.
Okay. Ritu, thank you for that. Let's go over to Harish Upadhyay. He's also with us. Harish, I want to understand from you, we're talking right now of which decision would be politically wiser, but the thing that we're perhaps not highlighting so much is, of course, also the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Could you just highlight for our audiences what either of these two choices would mean for 2024?
Well, remember, Congress has got newer votes. They've got newer communities backing them. And they'll have to ensure that they stay intact when the Congress party goes into Lok Sabha election in just about 11 months from now. And they have just one seat in Karnataka versus BJP's 25. And there are 28 seats in the state. So the Congress party wants to do well. There is a feeling that a large chunk of OBCs, including Kurubas, and then you have the Muslims and the SC/STs. Remember, Congress has swept almost all SC community seats except for one, which JDS is one. And Siddaramaiah would like to take credit for it. So the party is aware that it can't afford to lose the Ahinda vote bank. That vote bank has backed the party in 2013 to a large extent, even in 2018. So they can't really afford to antagonize that vote bank just because they have gained substantial vote share of Voka Ligas and to some extent even Lingayat. So the party would be aware of it. But on the other hand, they'll have to ensure that the party is up and running and keeps this momentum. And DK Shivakumar is someone who's done that over the last 2 years. Every week we've had the Congress hitting the streets on various issues and cornering the government. The cadres have been kept active and they've been motivated. A large credit goes to DK Shivakumar. So the